I think we can start whenever the attendees reaches about 100, or whichever happens first. Either it reaches 5 or 100 attendees. So let's begin. Let's begin with our introduction. Myself, Devansh Mishra, from a member of COPS SDG group. So I will be facilitating today in this session. Adish.
Hello guys. I am Adish Oswal, a member of COPS IITBHU. I will be also facilitating this session and will be in chats to answer all your doubts.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, let's go. Hello everyone, my name is Sriraj and I'm a member of COPS SDG group, second year as a Flutter developer. So today we are here to tell you about the Dart and Flutter. So let's begin, okay? So as you know that this is the second session of our multiverse of languages, okay? So what is Dart and Flutter? We can say, in other words, we can say that this session is gonna be introduction to your app development domain, okay? Because we use Dart and Flutter for app development basically. So let's go. Let's start. So what is a Dart first of all? What is the Dart is like Dart is a programming language which is developed by Google, and we use this programming language to develop multi-platform apps. Okay, we use this app to develop. I mean, we use this language to develop apps for like mobile apps, web applications, or Windows apps, and anything. So this Dart is also a object-oriented programming language, which is actually very well defined for the app development domain. Okay, so if you guys wanted to start app development, then first you need to learn the Dart about what's the basic Dart syntax, and how do you work on Dart, how do you create lists, how do you create maps, and all the things you have to learn. Okay, then let's start learning that. Let's move to the Dart pad now. Let me share my Dart pad. Okay. So yes, is that visible now? Is my Dart pad visible? Yeah, fine. So let's start. So what I want you to do is that open your Dartpad. Just go to the browser and open your Dartpad. Okay. Fast. Okay. Is that fine? Yeah. Go to the Dartpad. Soon. Want me to increase the font size? Is that fine now? Yeah. Cool. Cool. So do not postpone this. Okay.
Increase the
Let.
font size. Shiraj,
I
increase the
did it.
font
I
size,
did
right?
it.
Okay.
No, is it fine or should I increase more?
Bit more will be good. A bit more will be good.
Okay. Fine. Fine. Okay. So open the Dartpad right now. Okay, let's learn that. Okay, do not postpone this. Let's complete that now itself. Fine, fine, cool. Okay, can we start? Did you open your Dartpads, everyone? Yes, yes. Okay, okay, okay. So yeah, let's introduce you to this new language, Dart actually. Okay. you know, every like any other programming language, we have this main function. Okay, this main function is basically a starting point for our app, like, I mean, for our code. Okay, this is basically a starting point for our code. So whenever you run a code, it will first search for the main function, and then it will go to the contents of it. Okay. Okay, let's see. This is the basic print statement. Let me start. Okay, let me start from the beginning itself. Okay. Okay, so let's go to the first built-in data type. Some built-in data types in Dart. Let's first learn those built-in data types. Okay. Whenever I use this double slash, then it signifies that this is a comment in the code. Okay. Yeah, fine. So what are the built-in data types? The first one is, as you all know, this is an integer. Okay, how do you declare an integer? I mean, how do you initialize an integer? Just write int x. Okay, this will create an integer in your data. Okay, this is the way how to create an integer. Okay, so what is an integer actually? This is used to store the integral values basically. Okay, this stores all the integral values in it. Like you can store x is equal to 5. Okay, x is equal to 5, and you can just print it. Printing in that is very easy. It's just print x. Okay, you need not specify anything. You can just say print x. This will print you the value of the x. Mm. Yeah, my computer is a bit slow. Okay, fine. You're getting the output as 5. Okay, and you are not allowed to store any of the integral, like decimal values here. 5.67, if you are storing, you will be getting an error, because this integer data type is used to store only the integral values. Okay, so then how do you store this for decimal values? Okay, we have another one for that is double data type. Okay, double x. Okay, let me just comment this integer now. Okay, yeah, let's go to the double now. This is actually used to store the decimal values for you, any kind of decimal value. Okay, let's see. Just like the integer, there is nothing much to say about this. Okay, you can get it, and you can just print it. See, yeah, we will be getting the output of this double value. Okay, so what is this? Integer is used to use the integral values, and double is used to store the decimal values. Then we also have a data type here, which is also called as numerical data type. Okay, numx. So what is this numx? This is basically a combination of integer and double. So this is actually used to store both integral values as well as the decimal values. Like for example, we can say x is equal to 5, or you can also say x is equal to 5.6 or anything. Okay, this will not give you any error, because we are able to, like, it is allowed to store the decimal values as well as the numerical values. Okay, so this warning is just telling you that we haven't used x anywhere in our code actually, so that's, you can just ignore it. Okay, so now you came to know about the integers, double, and the numericals. Okay, let's see what is a string. String is, okay, yeah, this is the way you declare a string actually. Okay, this is basically a collection of characters. Okay, from the name itself you can understand what the string is. Okay, string is basically it is a basically collection of all characters. Let's see, like dart is easy to learn. This is an example of string. Okay, how do you denote a string? Use this apostrophes on the both of the sides. Use this to denote a string actually. So yeah, this is basically how to declare a string and how to initialize a string. Okay, you can print a string just similar to the how you did in integers and double. Okay, sorry, it's s actually. Yeah. Yes, it's directly you can make it, you can declare a string and you can print it in a very simple manner. Okay, so this is all about the string. Okay, let's see. In that, you also have an option of declaring a variable without specifying its type. Actually, that's little bit benefit for you, which is var data type, var x. Okay, var x will help you to create a variable without specifying its type. So now this is a variable. You can store a integer in it. X is equal to 5. Then it becomes an integer, or otherwise you can store a string in it like this. Then it will become a string, and it will not give you any error because you are allowed to store any kind of type in that variable data type. Okay. Uh, So I use this a lot of times because you need not specify the type specifically. You can just use var for any type of variables. Yeah. And then similarly, you have a dynamic type also. Okay, dynamic, let's say X. So what is dynamic? Dynamic is like it's just like similar to variable, but you can change any type. Like data type can be changed at any time at any point of the code when you use a dynamic keyword. Okay. So yeah, let's see. First, I will initiate this to a string. Okay. Hello. Yeah, I'm initiating this to a string. Then again, I can initiate it to an integer. Then again, I can initiate it to an decimal one. Okay. You are allowed to do anything with this dynamic X. Okay. So there are no restrictions with this dynamic keyword. Okay. So this is how you use the dynamic, but it is actually not preferable to use dynamic because sometimes in the code you always want to store a string in that variable, but in a code you might be using like by an error you might be storing some integer value and it will not show you any error for that. So it is not preferable to use that, but it's up to you. You can use it. Okay. So now that you have come to know about the integers, double numerical types and variables and dynamic types, okay, let's go to some collections. Okay, let's go to some collections. If you have any doubt or if you want me if you want me to repeat anything, just type it in the chat. Yeah, let's go to the collections now. The first type of collection is that it is a list. Okay, we have lists in Flutter. Okay, so what are lists basically? How do you declare a list? So simple. It's just write down the list and its name. Let us suppose my list. Okay, and one extra thing which you have to do here is you can specify the type of the data type which you are going to store in a list. Okay, you can just write a list of integers. Okay, this will initiate, like this will create a list which can store integral type. Okay, well let's see with an example, then you will be getting it. For example, my list is a list. Okay, I want to add a value to that. I want to add 5 value to the list. Okay, then I can add 10, I can add 15, I can add 20. Okay, let's see. So we have a list here which is having, like, I have added 5, 10, 15, 20 values to that list, and these are all the integral values. Okay, why I can store an integral values, because I have already told here that this list gonna store all the integral values. Okay, so let me try adding a string to this. Let me try adding a string to this. It will be giving you an error. So why it is giving an error? Because you are not allowed to store a string inside a list of integers. Okay, you cannot store it. So let's see. Let's remove this line for now. Let's print it. Printing a list is also similar to that. Everything. That's cool. Yeah, see, we have the braces here because it denotes that it is a list actually. As you are printing a list, it will be giving you this braces here. And I have added these values 5, 10, 15, 20. So we have these values in the list. Okay. And you have many operations actually on this list. You have many operations. You can, like, you can see everything. First is empty and everything. I have used this and I mean, sorry, add one. Okay, you can use anything. Just write out in a pad using some other functions. Okay, yeah. Let me create another list for you. You can create a list of strings. Okay, you can create a list of strings, or as I said, the dynamic keyword. We use this dynamic keyword a lot in these kinds of lists and maps actually. Okay, let's use this dynamic keyword. Now, what is the use of this dynamic keyword? Is that we can add any kind of value to a list now. Just yeah, I will add three fives, and I will let me add a string also. Okay, yeah. Let me add a string. You can add a what? You can add a decimal value here. You can add anything, and let me just print it. Okay, let's print this. See, this is the first list where this is a my list thing, and what is the second one? Second one is that you have three fives and you have a string and you have a decimal part. So this is very comfortable for you when you are using lists. You can use a dynamic keyword actually. This will give you like lot of comfort. Okay, so you can store any kind of values in this. This will be helpful for you. Okay, so this is all about list. Okay, let's go to the part. Let's see what are maps. Okay, this you use this a lot. Okay, you use this a lot while making your app. You use these maps a lot. Okay, so just focus here a little bit. Yeah, how do you create a map? This is very similar to that of a list actually. Well, let me first tell you what is a map. Map is just like a key value pairs. Okay, map is just a key value pairs. Okay. It stores the key value pairs. Okay, I will tell you what does that mean by key value pair actually. Okay, let's go create a map. Okay, let's go. Let me first write it, then I will tell you how to make it my map. Okay, as we know that we denote list with this square braces, and now we are gonna denote this map with a curly braces. Okay. So what is the key? Let me create key one. I'll tell you. Okay. 2 5. So what is this? Anything left side of this colon is actually you call it as a key. Okay, you call it this as a key, and anything right side of this colon is you call it as a value. Okay, so what is the key here? Key one, the string key one is the key, and the like string value one is the value. Okay, so you create a key. This is called a key value pair actually. So collection of these key value pairs is called as a map. Okay, then how did I declare this map? This is basically very simple to create a map actually. Uh, you need to specify the data type of this key. So I have taken two keys which are actually strings. So I have specified here that my keys will be of the string data type. Okay, and what are the values? My value also are strings. So I have taken a string here, but you can actually change it. Okay, you can make it here string comma dynamic. Okay, I'm gonna see like I have dynamic values in my value section. Okay, let's create a key one. I instead of value one I can just take an integer actually, and instead of value two you can put a value two there. Okay, so what is this? If like I have dynamic values here, I do not forget to put a semicolon there. Okay, yeah. Then as I have my value section as a dynamic thing, like first value is my integer and second value is my string. So we have dynamic type over there. So you can create a map by writing just a string comma dynamic, or you can also create a map like dynamic comma dynamic. when you have the maps and keys with different data types. Okay, so yeah, this is the key one with an integer value, and this is the key 2 with an integral value actually. Then let's create a string here. Okay, we can also have a key with decimal value also. So simple, it's that simple. Okay, so it will not give you any errors here because you have the keys as a dynamic value type and you have the values also as dynamic value type. So you decide yourself whether like before creating a map you have to decide whether how that keys and values would be. Okay, so yeah, how to use this, like how to access the elements in the map. Then we have created a map, that's good. And how to access the elements, it's so simple. Like let's print a map first. Let's print a map first. Let's print my map. Okay, yeah, as I already told you that map is gonna define, like these curly braces will define that this is a map. Okay, and in a map you have this key one. In the map I have printed my map. Okay, so my map has a key one, value 1, and a key 2 and a value 2. Okay, let's print my map 2 first. Yeah, then I have an integer here for the key 1, then I have a value 2 for the key 2. Okay, so this is the way you get it. Like you have to, this is the way to print the my map. Now let us suppose I don't want the complete map actually, I just want the particular key. Okay, then just use key 2. Okay, my map sub key 2, it's actually a string, right? Let's give a string. Okay, yeah, print my map, and under the, like we can access it by using these square braces. Okay, let's print it. Let's print and check. Yeah, my map 2 sub key 2 is actually the value 2. Okay, so yeah, we are getting the correct output as expected. Okay, you can access any element, any key. You can access the key 1 also, and you will be getting the value 1 here. I'm getting a null. I don't know. Yeah, let's see, let's first add a key. You can actually add the keys also. Okay, my how do you add a keys? You just go key 3 and you do it, and you take a value 3. Okay, let's print it again. Okay, my map 2, and just adding a key. See, while I'm initiating I have just given it key 1 and the key 2. Okay, so now I'm giving you the complete key 3 also. Okay, let's see. Yeah, we are getting the key 1 as 1, key 2 as value 2, and key 3 as value 3. Okay, you can access anything. uh, Access the key 1. Yeah, we are getting it 1. Maybe I used a small k over there last time. Maybe I used a small k. Okay, then if I use a small k, it's obvious key. We have key with capital K here. I mean capital K here, but I'm using a small k. Then we don't have that key, right? So we will be getting a value of null. Okay. Yeah. So you know how to, like you came to know about how to initiate the map, how to use that map, like how to access some particular key value. Okay, and you can actually add as many keys as you want. Okay, as many keys as you want by just doing it. Okay, you can add a key 4 with a similar one, and you can do anything. Okay, you can add as many keys as you want. So for now, let's go to the next part. Okay, is that okay till here? Is that clear? Yes, we can use the same syntax to update a key. Yeah, let me do that. Okay, let me update my key 1 here. Okay, let's remove this. Let me update my key 1 here to the value 2. Okay, and let me just print it. Okay, Yeah, when I'm printing it, I'm getting the value of key 1 as 2, okay, because we have used it. You can just access any key, you can create any key, or you can just update any key, okay, by the same syntax, okay, by the same syntax. Okay, okay, let's go to the next part then. Yeah, as I said, that lists are having many other functions other than this add function. Okay, in the same way, we also have this my map function, also with different types of things. So these are all the functions which you can use. Okay, these are all the functions you can. That's like you can check whether it contains a key or it contains a value. Well, let's see whether it contains a key or not. Okay, contains key. Let's check whether it is containing like key 4 or not. Okay. Okay, yeah. As I think I have missed something. Yeah, I was telling you the Boolean variable. Okay. Okay. So you see how to create a Boolean variable is simple. Let's just comment this for now. Okay. So what's a Boolean variable? Is that a bool? Like, let's take a bool x. Okay. This basically stores a true false value. Okay. Okay, it is just to store either a true or a false value. It will not store any other thing. Okay, so let's check this bool with this only. Okay, with this function. See, let's take x as this my map 2 contains key 4. Okay, this, what does this function do? This function will return true if this map contains key 4. This function will return false if this map doesn't contain key 4. Okay, let's check whether it contains the key 4 or it not. It doesn't contain a key 4. See, it doesn't contain the key 4 because let me go up. What is the map 2? Map 2 has a key 1, map 2 has a key 2, and that's it. We don't have a key 4. Let's create a key 4 then. Let's create a key 4. Let's create a key 4 with let's say 4. Okay. Now let's check whether this map contains key 4 or not. Okay, now the expected value is true. Okay, because we have created a key 4. Okay, as you have created a key 4, then this function will be returning you the value true. Okay, so that's all. And you can try some many other functions here. You can go try my using some other functions. Okay, what is the length? What are keys? Okay, what does you map? Okay, everything. Just try doing it. Okay. Let's not print this now. Okay, so for now you have learned about like integer and all the basic built-in data types, and you also learned about the lists and maps. Okay, that's enough for now. These data types are enough for you to start actually. Okay, then let's see some codes actually. Okay, let's see some syntax of this dart by using if else statements. Okay, if you have heard about them, it's so good. If else statements. What are if else statements? These are basically used to make decisions. Okay, these are used to make decisions. Okay, let's see how they are used. Let's see how they are used. Let me make some space here. Yeah. As you know that this value of x is true. Okay, let's use this actually. If x is true, then perform some action, and else, and if it is not true, then we can perform some other actions. Okay, let's perform some other action. Okay, let's check now. What do we do? Like print. Let's print the map contains the mentioned key. Okay, otherwise let's print and the map doesn't contain. Okay, fine. Let's check. Let's check whether it's working perfectly or not. Yeah, the map contains the mentioned key. Let's actually print the value of x before going through the if else statements. Okay, so that we'll be getting a clarity about what's the value of x. Okay. Okay, that's cool. We are getting it true, and the output is matching here actually. So let's check whether it is having a key 5. Okay, as we know that we don't have a key 5, we have key 1, we have key 2, and we have key 4, and we don't have a key 5. So let's see what would be the output. Is that, yeah, the x is false, the x is false, and when the x is false, I have, like, we have written a code, like we have used an if else statements to make the decision, right? So if the x is true, then we are printing this statement. As it is not true, then we are printing this statement. The map does not contain the mentioned key. That's it. So what you are going, like, why are if else statements used? You came to know about that now. That's cool. Just a second, sorry. I'm sorry. Right. Sorry for that. Let's go. Let's go. Uh, we are done with the if else statements, right? Yeah. You have come to know about these if else statements now. Fine, that's good. Why you are using if else statements is that, okay, let's take some other example on this. Okay, enough of bool, enough of bool. Let us take what, yeah, let's go with the play time. Okay, let's think, let's go, you are playing for 2 hours. Okay, fine. Then let's see. Yeah, okay. So what you're gonna do, let's try taking, if playtime is greater than let's take 4. Okay, the playtime is greater than 4. You can just print stop playing. Okay, or else if the playtime is less than 4, then you can say just continue playing. Okay. Okay, fine. We are done with the map, so let's just comment it down. Comment these codes. Okay, yeah. Let's see here. Let's run and check whether it's working or not. Yeah, as our playtime is just 2 hours, then we can say, like, we can continue playing because the condition is that if playtime is greater than 4, then you are gonna stop the playing, or others you can continue playing. Okay, so let's take 6 here. Let's take 6 and run. So you know what the output, expected output is, that we know because the playtime is 6 and we have 4 here. So the playtime is greater than 4. So it will print the stop playing thing. Okay. So this is how the if else statements are used to make decisions. Okay. These are used to make decisions. Let's go. Let's go. So we are done with the if else. So now, yeah, we have loops. Okay. Let's go to the loops. Okay. Let's go to the loops. Is that okay till now? Everything? Or should I want, like, yeah, good. Fine. Let's go. Let's go with the loops. So, like, we have for loop, and while loops, which are enough for now. Okay. We also have do while loops and all things, but for this Dart, it's enough. For loop and while loop are enough for you. Let's first start with this for loops and while loops. Okay. Let's see. I want you to print the numbers. Okay, I want you to print the numbers from 1 to 50, let us suppose. So what you're gonna do, if you don't know the loops, if anyone who doesn't know the loops, they will be printing the one. then they will be printing 2, then they'll print 3 and so on, right? So like if you are going if you are going in this way, this like this will take a lot of time. Okay, so what would you do to print all the 50 integers? Okay, so let's see, let's just use a loop this time. Print. Let me tell you the syntax. Okay, after this I will tell you the syntax of this. Yeah, so how do you write a for loop? Is like for loop has basically three parts. Okay, they like with two semicolons separating them. Okay, what is the first what is the first part is like initialization. We call this as initialization. So we create an integer here and we initialize the value of it to 0 or anything which you wish for. Okay, let's like I have initialized it to 0 for now. And what is this? This is the condition to run the loop. So this loop will continue running only if the value of I is less than 50. Okay, you understand what the condition is now. Like you already came to know what does that mean by condition. Okay, so what is the condition here? The condition here is I less than 50. So this loop continues to run only if the I value is less than 50. So and what is this? This is the incrementation. Okay, this they increment the value of I for every loop. After every iteration, they are going to increment this. Okay, let me not use I plus 1. Okay, so this will be comfortable for you. So yeah, we use this is I value is incremented for after every iteration. Let's print now the value of I. And just print I plus 1 over there. Okay, let's print I plus 1. Okay, I haven't told you about this dollar sign, right? This dollar sign is basically to print a variable inside a string. Okay, so if I go here, I'll just create an integer 5. Okay, if I want to print the value inside of a string, okay, let's say value of x is, then just use this dollar sign here and write the variable name. Simple. Okay, let's see. So yeah, the value of x is 5. Okay, you can just the way you use this percentile symbol in C language, we use this dollar sign in Dart. Okay, that's nothing. That's so simple. Yeah. Now let's print the value of I after in every iteration. Okay, what happens is this will run this code snippet and then it will increment the value of I. Why it will increment the value of I? Because I have given the condition here to increment it. Okay, I can even write -1. Okay, let's print. Yeah, there itself we are having 1 2 3 and all the numbers right from starting from 1 to 50. Okay, why did it come? Like it starts from 0 and I'm printing I plus 1. As I'm printing I plus 1, it starts from 1. Printing starts from 1 and then it goes till 49 because I is less than 50. Okay, 49 and I add a 1 to it, so then we are getting 50. So why the value of I is incremented here. Okay, and the loop stops here when the value of I is 50. Okay, so this is how you use loops. Okay, let's have a look at while loop actually. While I less than 50, let's create an integer here which is initiated to 0. We can initiate an integer here directly, but in while loop let's create like this. Okay. Okay, right from the syntax itself, you can understand what is a while loop. A while loop runs when this condition satisfied. Okay, while I is less than 50, just the code inside will run automatically. Let's see. Let's print I plus 1 here. Okay, and after printing this I plus 1, I have to increment the value of I. Okay. I will increment the value of I. Why? Because first time it like when first time it is like it is entered, it will first print I 0 plus 1. First it will print 1, then the I value is incremented to 1, like 2, then it will increment it to 3, and so on. Okay, and this loop will stop continue like when the condition, like when I double is equal to 50. Okay, when I is equal to 50, the loop stops. Let's check whether it is stopping perfectly or not. Yeah, it's working perfectly. It is starting from 1 and it is printing till 50, and then the loop stops. Why it is stopping? Because the condition here which I mentioned is that I should be less than 50. Okay, this is the condition which I used. So it's done. So we are done with the while loops also. Okay. Okay, is that okay for now? Can I continue? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let's go then. Now let's enter into the like most important topic and the most easy topic here. This is not the tough topic. Okay, let's see what is oops. As I already told you in the beginning, Dart is a programming language, like object-oriented programming language. So the OOPS concept is very necessary while making your app. Okay. So and it is not at all tough. Okay, this is very easy in Dart. This is very easy in Dart. OOPS is very easy. Uh, let's check. As you all know, you already learned about the built-in data types that are integers and so on things. Now let's like with the concept of hoops, you can create your own. You can create your own data type actually. That is user built data type. Okay. So let's see how do you create a data type. You create a data type by using the class. Okay, we create a class first. So let's create a class of human. Yeah, human. Let's take a human class. So what is a class actually? The class is just like a blueprint to create objects. Okay, you will understand that soon. It's a blueprint to create objects. So it actually holds the basic characteristics of this of your data type. Okay, this will hold all the characteristics of your data type. Okay, let's continue and check. Okay, how do you create a class? It's just simple. Write a class, then your first letter should be capital here. Okay, then you can use this curly braces to create a class. Okay, and you can that's it. So what are the basic characteristics of a human? Let's take his name, and let's take it age. Okay, you have two basic characteristics. Those are like string, name, and age. Uh, why we are getting is this error is because we haven't created a constructor in this yet. Okay, let's see what a constructor is. Okay, let's create a constructor first. Create a constructor. What is a constructor? This is actually used to create objects of this class. I'll tell you what a object is and how to create the object. Okay, this is used to create objects in class of this class actually. Okay, that's good. That's cool. Then how to create a constructor? Just take in the name, same name, same name of this class. Can create a human. Then use these braces. You can take this dot name, this dot age. Okay, this is the syntax to create a constructor for this. What is the meaning of this? Whenever you create an object of this class, you mention his name and you mention his age. That's enough to create a object of this class. Okay, so let's create an object. Let's create an object. So how do you create it? As you know, like from the constructor itself, just like when you how do you initialize an integer? You can just initialize an integer like this, syntax is equal to 5. Similarly, then you can create the object of your class as human. Let's name it as human1. and let's create human, and what name, let's take Rahul, okay, and his age is 18. Okay, so what does that mean? This human one is an object of your class, which whose name is actually Rahul, and like its age is 18. Fine, is that okay? Yeah, yeah. This is how you create an object for like using this class. Okay, so you can then access any data type. Like you can say you can access his name, or you can access his age directly by using the dot operator. So what is a dot operator? Let me show you. Human1 dot name. You can just using this dot operator, you can access any of the name, age, or any other field of this particular class. Okay, so let's print it. Okay, yeah, the name is Rahul here. Okay, you can just print the name by using this dot operator. You can also print the age also. Okay, you can print the age or name or any other thing. Okay, so cool, cool. So why are we using classes? We can also take a string the name one, and you can also take int age one. Okay, you can create its name and age in the same way, right? Then why are we using classes? See, we have benefits. We have benefits of using these classes. Okay, let me, because you can create n number of methods here. Okay, you can create n number of methods just like by creating a functions. Okay, you can like just like you created a constructor here, you can create methods for your class. Okay, you can create methods for your class. So what are methods? Okay, let's see. Let's create a method introduce. Okay, let's create a method introduce. Yeah, fine. So what does this method do? This will introduce that human. Okay, you can just print there. Okay, is that fine? What is this method doing? This is just introducing that particular human. Okay, let's check. Well, let's check. You have created human. Okay, for the namesake, let's create another human also. Human two. Let's take his name as Rohit, and his age is 19. Okay. It's done. Okay. Let's introduce one human to us. Let's introduce human one dot. As I told you, you can access anything from here using the dot operator. Just use the dot operator and introduce. Okay. Let's introduce human one. Let's see what's the output. Here my name is Rahul and age is 18. Because his name is Rahul and age is 18, and I ask him to introduce, it will print the name and age. Already told you why we use this $sign to print the variables. Okay. Yeah, we are introducing this human. Let's introduce human 2 also. Yeah, like we can introduce anyone. Like let's see. This is a method of this class. So you can create n number of objects here, and we can just use this method to introduce them. Okay. Okay, let's like just like we updated something like in a map, we can also update here. Let's say human one dot age. Okay, let's update his age to 90. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Then I will try to introduce him. Okay, I have updated his age to 19. How do you update? You just use this dot operator. You can access the value of this age and you can equate it to 19. Okay, then this will update your age. Then let's introduce. See 19. It's actually 18 when I created the object, but I used this dot operator to update it to 19. Then I can introduce him. then we are getting it as 19. Okay, so instead of updating it like this, let's create another method. Okay, you already have this introduce method. Okay, let's create another method, increment age. Okay, what does this method do? This method will increment your age. Okay, this method will increment. This is that like similar to age is equal to age plus 1. This both are similar. If you write age plus is equal to 1, that denotes age is equal to age plus 1. Okay, yeah, what does this method do? This will increment his age by 1. Okay, now let's see. Let's increment the age of human 2. Increment his age. Then I'm gonna like first let me introduce him. Then I will increment his age. Then I will introduce again. Fine. Like you can see, first the age is 19 when I created the object. Okay, then I have introduced him. Then I'm incrementing his age. So what does that do? It will increment my age by 1. And then after incrementing the age, you can just introduce him. Okay, you can introduce him again. Then now the age is 20 because I have used this function. Okay. So yeah, now that you came to know about how to create a class and how to create a constructor for that, how to create methods for that, okay, and how to initialize the objects and access those methods or data types. Okay, this is the basic syntax and it's not so complicated, very simple. Okay, and you have actually you can make constructor of other type also. Okay, this is the constructor which uses this dot name and this dot age, something like this. Okay, let's create a named constructor now. You will understand what a named constructor is. Okay, well, let's create a named constructor. Okay, how does that? Okay, how does that work? Just create a human similar to like last time. Use this curly braces inside it. Then write a required this dot name and as it is required, this age and name is required for you. Let's write a required keyword over there. Done. Yeah, this is the way you create a named constructor. So as I changed the constructor, then I have to change this. The way you create the object changes exactly. So how do you create an object now? You just need to write the name as Rahul, and the age is 18. The same way here. Now you can just you need not put in order. Name and age need not be in order now. You can just create age with 19 and the name with Rahul. Okay, so now this looks more organized actually, isn't it or not? Now that it looks more organized because I am creating a human which specifies its name as this and age as so and so. Okay, so we can also write age and name. Okay, that is up to you. Now this looks more organized. So I don't generally use named constructors, but it is actually suggested to use the named constructor because that's more appropriate actually. Okay. So yeah, now you came to know about the constructors, methods, classes, and objects. Okay, is that clear till now? It's over. Is that clear? Cool, cool. Okay, now as you the Dart which you have learned now is enough for you to start making apps actually. Okay, you need not stress again learning the Dart language. The Dart which you learned now is enough to start. To start, enough to start. Okay, that's cool. Is that clear till now, or you want me to repeat anything? Yes. So as you As you can see, the constructor takes in the name here. Okay, it takes in the Rahul name and it will assign this to the name here. Fine, fine. Let's move. Let's move to the next part. Okay. Let's see. Okay, fine. Okay, that's cool. Now you learned how to like what is the syntax of that and what like basics of all the Dart thing and all things. Okay, let's go. Let's go see. Then we have learned the Flutter. I mean, we have learned the Dart. Then what is Flutter? So Flutter is like Flutter is a framework. This is also developed by Google, which is used to build multi-platform applications from a single code base actually. So as you can see, we can develop apps which are run in Android, iOS, Windows, Linux, and the web. So why did we learn Dart then? Flutter is used to make the applications. Then why did we learn Dart? Because the Flutter framework uses the Dart language itself to create applications. Okay, so that is the reason we have learned Dart language. So you will be using Dart only in the Flutter. You will not use Dart language in like for the competitive programming or something. Okay, so Flutter uses the Dart. So we have learned that. So now let's see what the Flutter is. Let's learn Flutter. Let's learn some basics of Flutter. Okay, let's see what's Flutter. So yeah, widget. So what are these widgets? Everything in an app is made up of widgets in Flutter. Okay, so whatever you see, whatever you feel in the app is everything. Everything is made up of widgets in Flutter. So first to start with the Flutter, the first basic thing you need to know is what is a widget. Okay, let's see. So yeah, as you can see, this is a basic screenshot of our app. Can anyone guess this app? The chats. Can anyone guess the chats in the app? No, not Telegram. Is that Netflix? Yeah, Light hai. Yeah, Light hai we changed the app. Yeah, this is our institute app, Light hai. Okay, so let's say all the parts of this app are actually called as widgets. Okay, see, you can see the screenshot of here. Then we have something here like search bar, something like this, and this is called the app bar widget. The one widget which is in the top is called as app bar widget. Okay, then I have surrounded a container here. So what is this? This is a container widget, which you can see with this border is actually a container widget. And inside the container widget, you can see there is a text, no activity, and no activity. So this is basically a text widget. So the widget which surrounds all these widgets is actually like this, which is a border. The widget which surround all those widgets is actually we call it as a root widget. Okay, this is a widget tree, and the first widget which surrounds all the widgets is actually a root widget. Okay, then after the root widget, you have a scaffold widget. I will tell you what a scaffold exactly is. And this scaffold widget actually holds this app bar widget and this container widget. Okay, the combination like the widget which surrounds this app bar and container is called scaffold widget. You see, in the scaffold widget we have app bar widget here, and inside the app bar we have some search bar text like this. Okay, so I'm calling it as a text widget. And also in the scaffold we have a container widget here, right? So yeah, we have a container widget, and inside the container we have a text, no activity text. Okay, so this is actually a text widget. So now we call this as a widget tray. This is actually a basic one. So it's a small widget tray, and I haven't covered this button here in this and this workshops events. So this is actually a basic like widget tree. When you make a complex app, you will have a big widget tree, widgets under the widgets and all the things. Let's see all those things. Okay. So here are some of the important widgets actually to start making apps. You basically need to learn these widgets first. Okay, what is that text widget? This is to show the text in the app. Button widget, this is basically from the name itself, you can understand when we want to keep some functions in it, like when you press it, it will perform some function. For that, we use button widget. And if you want to show something like in your Zomato app or Swiggy app, you can see some images of the dishes, right? To show such images, we use image widgets. And you have a row widget and a column widget. These are basically very important thing. Okay, these are very important for you to make the user interface of your app. Okay, so just imagine a screen here. Just imagine a mobile screen here. Then if you want to put if you want to put a widget in the top right, then you make a row first. Then you make a first row, and in the end of the row we'll make we'll be putting in widget over there. Or if you want to keep it in the middle of the screen, then you create a row, then you create a column. Like just like imagine an Excel sheet, we have rows and columns, and you go to a particular cell by using its row and column. Exactly, when you create a UI, you use this row widgets and column widgets to place the widgets in a correct order actually. And you have many more widgets. Actually, you have many more widgets. We cannot mention it in one page actually here. So all these widgets are customizable. They are not fixed. Like as you can see, you can change the color of this, you can change the height, you can change the elevation and all the things. You can change the font style, font color and everything is customizable. You need not use something like it's not fixed. Let's see a code snippet. Let's see a code snippet here. Just don't care about this all this code and all. I just want you to show the small code snippet so that we'll understand how a widget looks actually. So here it is. This scaffold, this app bar, center, text, all these are actually widgets. This icon, floating action button, okay. All these are actually widgets. Okay, then let us take this scaffold widget. In this scaffold widget, I have app bar as a property, and I have body as a property, and then I have a floating action button as a properties. In that way, every widget has its own properties. You basically need to learn these widgets and the properties of those widgets to make a better UI actually. So you learn all these widgets, app bar widget, center widget. So I will explain you what center widget is, what the text widget is, and all things. Okay, let's move. Let's move. So before starting making an app, let's see what a stateless widget and a stateful widget. Okay, there are two types of widgets: stateless widget and a stateful widget. So let's see what a stateful widget is. Before making a UI of your application, you can see like when you open an app, you can open any app in your mobile. It first shows you the black screen, okay, or a splash screen. Then it will show you the user interface. Okay, it actually takes in the data. It takes the input data, the widget which is showing. It will take the input data, and then it will render the UI for you. Okay, so what is stateless? Once when the UI is rendered, you cannot change it again. Okay, if you want to change the UI again, you need to call the widget again actually. So you cannot change the user interface when once it is rendered actually. So that is actually a stateless widget. And coming to an example of stateful widget is simple. Opposite to that, we can change the UI even after rendering that. Okay, first we will create a UI, and then we can also change the UI according to the time or according to the data which you receive actually. Okay, so for an example of stateful widget, you can imagine a timer app actually. You can take a timer app. What does that timer app do? Is like seconds inside it will change for every time it will changes. How it changes? Because it actually uses a stateful widget over there. So we can change the UI even after it is built. Okay, that is everything about stateless and stateful widget. Okay, okay, let's go and make an app. Okay, are you all ready for that? Let's make a small app. Let's make a small app. Do not expect like अभी कोई Zomato app नहीं बनाएंगे. Let's make a small app. Okay, let's see. Making a small one. Mm, I think I'm sharing it. Yeah, just stop it now. Yeah, let's see. Let's see first. So this is the VS Code. This is the IDE which I am using actually. You can actually use Android Studio, or you can also use uh, you can have IntelliJ also. You have IntelliJ also, or you can use VS Code. VS Code is actually very light, so your RAM doesn't get damaged. Actually, you are like your system doesn't get heat using VS Code. Actually, if you have good power, so like if you have RAM more than 8 GB, then you can use this Android Studio or IntelliJ. You will be provided with the links to download this IDE, and also you need to install Flutter before making an app. So you will be provided with the links to download the Flutter by Devansh or Adish in your chats. So you can download it. Okay, do not start downloading now. It will take a time. It will take time. So I have done nothing. Like, let's see what is all this. Let's see. I have just created a new app by using a command flutter create and your app name. Okay, and your app name here. So this will create your Flutter app. Okay, I have already done by using a quiz app actually. Okay, so this is the basically the like this is the same thing which you get when you create an app. Okay, let me just run it. Yeah, when you create an app, you get all these files and folders which you are like you do not care about them, all those things, because you 95% of the code you will be doing in this lib folder. Okay, lib folder. What is this? You are having this main.dat. As I told you, this is the starting point of our code. Okay, let's care about this main.dat. 95% you'll be working with this lib folder itself. Will not go with all these folders. Okay, you will learn what are all those things when you start making apps. Okay, yeah. So then, what is all this thing? What is all this thing? This is all is this code comes when you create a new app, like when you create a new Flutter project. Okay, let me just run it. It might take some a few minutes to show it on my screen actually. Let me just stop sharing. Okay, I will start with just when I finish. Yeah, it's running. It's running. Till then, you can ask your doubts, or you can put any of your queries in the chat. Yeah, I think Adish has pinned you the download link. You can go through the thing. Just for 2 minutes kind of thing. Everyone getting the points which I'm telling you, or you wanted me to repeat something? Any of the concept here? No. Flutter actually supports Dart language. Okay, so every framework supports some kind of languages. So Flutter framework supports Dart languages. So you cannot make this in C++. And nothing big deal actually. If you know C++, then it's obvious that you can understand Dart also. Okay, it's not a
Flutter
big deal.
works well with Dart and C++. It's not difficult to switch from C++ to Dart. As you have seen that Dart is actually quite simple language and is a mix of features from different languages. So you won't find it difficult to switch to it. And actually, the Flutter framework is made keeping Dart in mind, so it works really well. And you will, once you start making your apps using Flutter, you will love it. Actually, you will find it's quite simple to make those complicated apps using Flutter and Dart.
Yeah. Yeah, let me start. Okay.
It can be used in competitive programming, but you have to optimize a bit. It's not that you cannot use Dart in CP. You can do CP in Dart.
Yeah. Yes, guys, as you can see, this is the
Kotlin
app.
versus Flutter. Actually, it can be a bit controversial, but Flutter, by using Flutter, you can develop for both the platforms, iOS and Android, in the same time frame within the same code, and the apps work perfectly fine in both the devices. So you can. I will always prefer Flutter over Kotlin, but it's up to you what you like, what you find more useful.
Okay, okay, fine. Yeah, when I created a new Flutter project, actually, basically you will get this basic app. So this is the app which is inbuilt. Actually, whenever you create a Flutter project, you will be getting this kind of app. So what is this? This is just I'm pressing this plus button over there, pressing this plus button. So you will see that you have pushed the button this many times, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and so on. This is basic app which is given by Flutter team itself whenever we create a new project. So as I told you that we are gonna go from scratch. Let's delete all this code and create our own app. And create our own app. Let's start. So what is this main function? As I told you that this is the starting point of our code. Then you have a function called run app. What is this function? This function is responsible for you to run this app. Okay. Let's start with the material app widget. Okay. We not have this constant keyword actually. Let's start with the material app. As I told you, there are many widgets. The first widget which you have to learn is the material app widget. Whenever you run an app, you should give a widget over there. So I am giving a material app widget over there, and this material app will have a home property, which itself will take a widget. Actually, this a home property which will take a widget. Okay, so let's give it a widget. Okay. Let's just first, you need not have this test folder now. Okay, this is not required for you as this is a basic app. We don't have any tests. Okay, so let's create a folder here. Let's create a new folder, naming it as screens. Let's wrap it up faster. Okay, Start. Let's create a home page. What is the home page? This is the first screen which you will be seeing when the app is opened. Okay, okay, then we have the home page now. Let's code something in it. Let's import the library first. Okay, which library? Let's import the material library. Okay, wait, what is this material library? This includes all the widgets in the Flutter are actually stored in this material one. Okay, let's create stateful widget. See, we have two options whether to create a stateless widget or to create a stateful widget. As I told you, if you want to update your user interface time to time, then you have to create a stateful widget. Or if you don't want to update, it's just like you can see this thing. You have pushed the button 6 times, 7 times, and so on. This is changing the user interface. So you have to use a stateful widget for such kind of things. Let's create a stateful widget then. Just hit enter, and it will give you all the code. Okay, let's take the home page here. Okay, okay, what is this home page doing? This is like, do not care all these things, you will understand this by time. Okay, this is basically the syntax of our stateful widget. This allows you to change the UI with time. Okay, so what is it returning? It's returning a container basically. So this build function is actually responsible for creating the UI. Okay, this build function, what is it returning? It's returning a container. Okay, let's keep it like that for now. Let's see. Let's call that home page here. Let's call that home page here. Okay, now there is no error here. So run app. This run app is gonna hit a material app. This material app has a property which is calling our home page. This is the home page. Okay, this home page is returning an empty container. This is an empty container. This is an empty container. Let's restart our app. Okay, let's restart our app. So yeah, what is this? This is, it's completely black. Why it is completely black is that we have an empty container here. Okay, so it has a child property. Okay, in the center we, what is center widget? Center widget is very simple. It will place the widget inside it in the center of the screen. That's it. Okay, so I'm taking a center widget. Then inside a center widget, I'm taking a child. Child is the property to nest the widget. Okay, we can keep a widget under a widget by using this child property. Okay, so in the child, I'm giving you a text widget. Text widget. So, welcome to quiz app. Let's say welcome to quiz app. Now let's run and see how does that look. So you can see like welcome to quiz app. Okay, it's completely not aligned because you are taking a container and you are taking a text like this. So it's completely unaligned with this red color and black screen. Okay, so now I will, let me tell you the importance of a scaffold. Okay, instead of container, I will use a scaffold here. Okay, I will place an empty scaffold only. Empty scaffold only. Let's see how does that look. This is just an empty scaffold widget. See, we have a white color, white background, plain white background. So what is this scaffold? Scaffold widget has a app bar property. So what is this app bar? As I told you, it is a widget which is placed in the top of the screen. Okay, so let's see. Let's create an app bar here. Okay, this is an app bar widget with title. Let's say the title is quiz app. Okay, let's run it. See, we are having this app bar. It's aligned now. It's aligned now, completely aligned. So it is very comfortable for you to use scaffolds. See, when we have used an empty container, it was like not properly aligned, or no, it was not looking good. And I haven't designed anything here, but it's looking somewhat decent here. So that is the main use of this scaffold. Okay, so yeah, we have created an app bar. So if you want this title to be in the center, you're just gonna see here, you have a property here, center title. Use it, center title to true. Then let me reload the app. See, we have the like title in the center. Okay, this is the, like, you have like this many properties. You have many properties, actions property, and many things. You can explore all those properties. Okay, you can explore all those properties. Everything are useful here. Okay, so app bar is done. Let's make a button in the bottom. Like, let's make a button here. Okay, we call it as a floating action button. Actually, you can call it as a floating action button. Okay, whenever you say a button, is like you need to specify what will it do when we press it. Okay, as it is a button, you have a property here, on pressed function. Okay, you can just like, for now I'm putting an empty function. Okay, for now it is an empty function, or else let's say print I'm pressed. Okay, so I will, whenever this button is pressed, I will just print on press. Let's see how is that button, like, how does that look actually. Floating action button. See, we have floating action button here, but there is nothing inside it. So what I told you is, like, whenever you want a widget inside a widget, you can use a child property. Okay, you have a child property here. Okay, let's place an icon inside it. You have an icon widget for that. Okay, which icon? Let's place, navigate to the next one. Okay, so you can see the icon here, actually, which icon will be displayed over there. Okay, this is the icon. Let me reload it. Okay, so yeah, you can look at the icon over there. Let's increase it font size. Everything is customizable here. Everything is customizable here. Let's see the size has to be 30. Okay, let's reload it. So yeah, let's can make it 35 also. Up to you. Okay, this is the size. Like we can increase its size. Let me press it. Okay, let me press and see what happens. I'm pressing it. Then here, like I am pressed is the string which is printed here. As I told you, whenever the icon, like whenever the button is pressed, we can see print I am pressed. Okay, let me press it again. Let me press it again. I am pressed, and so on. Okay, so whenever this button is pressed, this function will run. Okay, this function will run whenever the button is pressed actually. Okay, yeah, it's done. We are done with the button also. Let's see body actually. Let's see something with the body. What is the body? Body is something which is everything, like which is in between all these things. All these things is like is called as a body actually. Okay, let's go now. So let's take a column here. Okay, as I told you, with the UI you will make columns and you will make rows. Okay, and you will align the widgets actually. Okay, let's see what the column is. Column will take in the children. Okay, column will take children. Let's okay, constant children. Okay, yeah, column will take children. Children, what is the children? Children will take, like as you can see, we have used child here because it takes a single widget. Now column will take a list of widgets, so we call it as a children, not child. It is children. Okay, so what are the children? Let me take a text. Text, that is question 1. Here is the question 1. Here is the question 1. Need not have a semicolon here, just need to have a comma. Okay, so let's check how does that look. So you can see the small, like here, here is the question 1 because this is a text. Okay, let me align it to the center actually. As it's a column, you know guys, what is a column? Column is vertically aligned. Okay, there's like right from the top to the bottom, column is in this direction. Okay, so what do we do is, let's like we have a main axis alignment property here. What is this main axis for the, like what is the main axis for a column? Main axis for a column is from the top to the bottom like this, and this is the main axis. So let's align it to the center. Main axis alignment dot center. So what does this do? This will align the, like this column to the center one. Okay, let's see, will that work? Yeah, it's working. Okay, so we are making a question here which is in the center. Okay, let's have some text. Okay, I can, as I told you, we can change the style of that. We can change the font style and anything. Okay, first now let's sorry, yeah, let's make it font weight a bold one. The font weight dot bold. Okay, and you can make the font size to the anything. Let's take me 17. Okay, for now you can adjust it color, its color actually color by taking its color. It's actually black already, but you can change any color as you wish. Okay, uh, let's reload. So here is the question 1, which is like we have increased the font and it has become bold. See, let's pick normal. Okay, normal is like this. Then we can make it bold actually. Flutter is that simple. So we can then build the apps very faster. Flutter is that simple. Okay, here is the question 1. Okay, then here is the question. Then where are the options? Okay, let's also make the options also. Okay, let's make the options also. How do we make it now? Now let me introduce you to the like new widget. It is called as list tile. Okay, how does a list tile look? Let me show you in the screen itself. Okay, let me create a list tile, and this list tile has a title. Okay, what is the title? Title is a text widget. text widget saying this is the option 1. Okay, let's check. Let's check. See, so what is it happening here? First, in a body, we have a column. Okay, inside that column, we have this main axis alignment to the center. So we are not getting this text here. We are getting the text in the center. Why? Why? Because we are having this main axis alignment to the center. Then we are having a text widget here. Here is the question 1. Then we are having a list tile. So this is basically a list tile. Okay. Why I have used the list tile is because we can have an on tap function here. Okay, list tile is just like a button. You have an on tap function here. What is on tap function? This will run whenever we tap that function, like tap that tile actually. Okay. So is that error? Let's just make it a constant. See, let's go to the on tap function. So let's first use a let me make 4 options for you. Okay, so here is option 1, here is option 2, option 3, and option 4. Okay, let's check how is that happening. Okay, so we are having 4 options here. So we don't have like if you want to create some space between this option and this question, we have a widget called as sized box here. Sized box of height. Let us suppose it is of 15 pixels. Okay, sized box we have of height 15 pixels. Let us suppose. See, just observe that gap between here. See, it is increased. Okay, because we have 15 pixels of height difference between this text widget and this list tile. Okay. Okay. Now what do we do? Let's create a there is no divider between this option 1 and option 2, right? Let's try creating a divider. For that, we have a divider widget itself. Okay, let's have a divider widget itself. Here is the divider. Then just let me place divider everywhere. So getting my point, actually, what is this? First, we have a text widget. Then you have a sized box of height 15. Then you have a list style of option 1 here. Then I'm placing a divider now. Let's see how does that look. Yeah, you can see lines here, divider lines here. Did I miss somewhere? Option 1, option 2. Yeah. Yeah, we can see the lines here. It is screen, like in the screen share, we are not able to see this line properly. But yeah, we are having the lines everywhere after every option. Okay. So this is the use of this divider thing. Okay. Yeah. So we have created the basic UI. Let us not focus on more on the UI. You guys can learn the UI by exploring these widgets, exploring those properties. You can go through them. Okay. So let's go to the next part of this app. Okay. Let's create some questions. Okay. Okay. Let's create some questions. For that, first we need to create our own question data type, right? Then first let's create a folder here. Name it as models. Inside models, question dot dot. Okay, so in this file, let's create a class. Let's create a class. Question. Are you guys getting the points which I'm telling you? I can't see the chats right now. Okay. Let's create a class question. So what basically a question is? Basically, what does the question contain? Question contain a string, which is the main description of the question, and this question also contains a list. Okay, list of strings, which is also called as options. Okay. Okay, you have a list which is options, and you can have the correct answer. Okay, these are all the three main characteristics of a question, right? Which it has a description of the question, then it has four options, and we have correct what is the correct answer. Okay. Okay, then let us create a question constructor for that. Let us create a constructor for this question. Name the parameters. Okay, let's go to the required this dot question. What options? Yeah. What is this? This is the constructor. What is the constructor? I already told you that this constructor is used to create the objects. Okay, so we can create a question object now by giving it question options and the correct answer. Okay, so let's create some questions. Okay, let's create a new file. Constants. Like that. Okay, it's basically cool. Like it's cool to keep your code organized actually by creating such folders like screens, models, and all things. Because you might have many screens in your app, so you just create a folder screens and you place all those screens in that. Okay, if you want to create some classes, then create a folder called models in that. Okay, that will help you. Yeah. What is this? Now let's create a list of questions. Okay, which should be displayed over there. Okay. So how do we create an object? Just take in the question here. Okay. Then you have option like you can take the first you can write the question. Okay, this is the question. Question. Then what? You have options. Options you have like because options is just a list which is having option one and so on, like option two and two and so on. Okay. This is the options. Okay. Uh, and what? And what? You have a correct answer. Correct answer. What is the correct answer? Let's check. Two is the correct answer. Okay. So here is the word. Here is like you can create a question here like this. Okay. I have already created some questions for that. Let me just copy it. Okay. Okay, let me just copy these questions actually. Paste it. Okay. This is nothing. This is just like okay. Let me just rename this correct instead of correct answer. Let me take correct option. Oh yeah, now we don't have any errors. These are the questions. Okay, I just made a list of questions over there. Okay, okay. Now what? Now what? Now what? Whenever with this page is opened, let's create an integer here. Integer index, which is equal to 0 in the beginning. Okay, 0 in the beginning. Okay. So what to show here inside the text? What to show here instead of 1? What do you want me to show? Let's show the index. Okay. Let me show the index plus 1 here. Okay, let me also show this constant. Okay, because well, like if we have this constant, then it's like all these widgets should be constant, like it cannot be a variable. But when I'm displaying a string which is having this variable, then it will give you an error. Let's just remove it. Okay, instead of like wait instead of 1, what I'm doing is put a dollar sign over there. Then you can say index plus 1. Why I'm doing plus 1 is that index starting from 0, I want it to start from question 1. Okay, So instead of writing here is the question 1, let's actually write the question itself. Okay, let me show you. Here is the constants, and what is the list name? List name is questions. Okay, okay, let's go use it. Questions dot question sub index. Let us go with as it is a list. You know how to use a list. Okay, question sub index. Okay, dot what is that now? Dot question or what? Let's see here. Yeah, we have a string question. I want you to I want to show that string over there. Okay, then question sub index dot question. What is this? Let's import. It's actually like this. This file is not imported here, so we are getting this error. Let's just import it. Import this library. Okay, fine. I am printing the question over there. Okay, let's see whether it is working or not. First, yeah. Okay, it's working. Question index plus one. Okay, if you want me to confirm, let's see index is 3 in the beginning. Okay, 3 in the beginning. Okay. Okay, sorry. I have to reload it. I have to reload it. Yeah. If the index is 3 in the beginning, then you will be printing 3 plus 1 here, and the question which corresponds to that index 3. Okay. So let's see. Let's start with 0 itself. Let's start with 0 itself. Now let's print the options here. Okay, instead of writing the option 1, let's print the option 1. Okay. What is the option 1? Questions subindex will give you that particular question, and in that particular question I want my option. Options is itself a list, right? What is this? Options is itself a list. So what do you want me to show in this text? This is the text of option 1, right? So let's show the first option. Okay, this is this corresponds to the first option. Why? This question subindex will return you the particular question, then dot operator can access you these options. You can access these options, then that options is a list. So I just want to print the first option in that. Okay, everyone following? Is everyone getting that? I can't see your chats. Okay, just respond. Adish or Devans will notify me. Okay, this is the second option. Let's see. This is the fourth option. What I have done, I'm just printing the first option, second option, third and fourth options here, instead of writing like this option 1, option 2, option 3, option 4. Okay, let me restart. Yeah, we are having this question 1 with option 1, option 2, option 3 and option 4. Okay. Okay, then we are printing, like we have made this basic UI. What is the basic UI? We have made we have shown the question here, then we are showing the options here, then we have a button to navigate to the next question. So the UI is done. Let's see, let's make it work actually. Let's make all the UI work actually. Okay. How do you verify when you press an answer? How do you verify? So let's create a function which will verify the answer. So yeah, what will it take? It will take the chosen option first thing. Okay, it will take the chosen option, which option did the user choose actually. Then it will also take actual correct answer, actual correct option. Okay, this verify answer will take this kind of it will take this as parameters. We call this as parameters, right? Okay, which will take these two parameters. Okay, So what does that do? If chosen option is equal to the correct option, if this is equal to correct option, then I will print correct answer. Okay, I will print correct answer. Else, if it is not equal, okay, if the user chooses something like something wrong option, then let us print wrong answer. Okay, yeah, cool. So let's come here. As I told you that list style is a list style is a but like kind of button thing. Okay, so you have an on tap function here. Okay, so what should I do when I tap on an option? What should I do? I should verify the answer, right? I should verify the answer. So what is the chosen option here? Okay, when the user chooses this thing, this title, okay, one dot something some option, okay, so that means that the chosen option is 0. 0 is what? First option. Okay, I'm actually giving the index, right? Giving the index here. So the chosen option is 0 here. Okay, and the correct option, how do you know the correct option? Correct option is basically questions sub index. For that I'm getting that particular question and just take the correct option from there. You all get this? Because like I'm using this because question sub index will give me that particular question, and dot correct option will let you access this thing. Okay, dot operator will let you access this correct option of that particular question. Okay, and in the similar way, let's create an on tap function for this also. Let's just verify the answer. Okay. Okay, yeah. Let me verify this here. But here the chosen option will be 1. The same way, let's make it for the option 3 also. Let's verify it. And here the chosen option will be 2. Okay, in the same way for the last one also, in the same way. Chosen option is 3, and the correct option is exactly what is it is here. Okay, hope you're getting it. Hope you're getting it. Okay, okay. Let's see. Let me verify that. Okay. What is the yeah? Let's open my console. Let's see. Let me restart the app now. Yes, yes, it has restarted. See, let's click on mobile. Okay, I'm clicking on the first option, mobile. Okay, telling me that like it is a wrong answer. Then I'm clicking it on the desktop. Like you can see a splash here. That is the like that is used for the like because it is a list style. We are getting that splash. You can see here. You can get some splash here when I'm typing it. Okay, when I type a desktop, I will get a wrong answer here. Okay, so let me press all of the above. So yes, that's the correct answer. So it is printing correct answer. So yeah, the function is working very perfectly. So then we have to show the user that he has pressed the correct option, right? So let's show him. Okay, instead of printing, okay, let me introduce you to a widget actually. Okay, we have a widget. Okay, let's take like widget name is snack bar. Snack bar. This is a very easy widget actually. Just take a snack bar and take the content here. What is the content? Correct answer is the content. Content is like it means that what you want to show to the user. You can give it a color. You will understand what a snack bar is soon. Okay, let's wait. Okay, let me give it as green. You'll understand what a snack bar is once you see its UI. Okay, so yeah, I have created a snack bar. Then how to show it? Okay, I have created a snack bar. How to show it? You can show it by using scaffold messenger dot of context. This is the syntax to show it actually. Okay, show snack bar. Fine, fine. Let's make similar one for the wrong answer also. Instead of printing, let me show the snack bar. What is this function? Scaffold messenger. Like as this scaffold, you can give it a context and you can tell it to show the snack bar. Okay, to show the snack bar, and I am giving the snack bar as the parameter. Okay, you can create a snack, like we can make it similarly here. But what is here? Here we have a wrong answer here. Okay, so is everyone getting it? Let me just go through the chats once. Final is like you cannot change it again. Okay, you don't want to change it. It's like constant. You can even remove that. Not necessary, but it's like you will not change it again. So we use final keyword. Okay, can I proceed? Shall I proceed? Okay, okay, yeah. Let's see how's that work. Let me restart it. I think the application is restarted. Yeah, it is restarted. See, let me press mobile now. See, it's showing the wrong answer. Okay, let me just change the color here. Okay, when it is a wrong answer, it should show the red color. Okay, and when it is correct answer, it should show the green color. So you will now understand what a snack bar is. Okay, let me press on mobile. See, it is showing the wrong answer. This is the snack bar, which you can see in the bottom of the screen. This is the snack bar. Let me press on the desktop. It will show you the wrong answer. Why? Because the like if the chosen option is not is equal to the correct option, so it will go into the else statement and it will show you the snack bar, okay, of red color, telling you that it is the wrong answer. So let me press the correct answer now, all of the above. So yeah, it will show you that the answer is correct with a green color snack bar. Okay, okay, fine. So you are verifying the answer. Okay, let me change the question. See, once you have once you are done with this question, let me change the question. Okay, if you have guessed the answer correctly, okay, let's suppose that the answer is correct. Okay, let me show you how I am showing this question. Actually, I am showing this question based on the index. Okay, so if you want me to show the next question, what should I do? I should increment this index. Okay, so as the index is 0, it is showing me the first question. If the index is 1, it will show me the second question. So once the answer is correct, let's increment its value. Index plus is equal to 1. Okay, so if the answer is correct, let's just increment the index. Go here. Let me just a minute, just a minute. This is equal to 1. Okay, fine, fine. The chosen option is correct option. Then we will increase the index. Okay, and when I press this button, okay, when I press this button, I will also increment this index value. Okay. Okay, as you know, this button is used to navigate to the next question, right? If you want to skip this question, let's just press it and I will increment the index. What happens if I increment the index? It will change the question. Okay, question index plus 1, it will change the question. Okay, let's run and see whether it happens or not. Yeah, yeah. Let me press it. It's the wrong answer. Let me press the right answer. Okay, all the above. Yeah, it's the correct answer. But see, our question didn't change actually. Why? Because once the UI is rendered, it will not change again, as I told you before. But this is a stateful widget, right? So you can change the like UI even after when it is rendered by using a set state function here. Okay, you have a set state function here. Okay, what does this state function do? Okay, this function will reload the UI. Okay, simply you can think it as will reload the user interface. Okay, okay, let's instead of writing index plus is equal to 1, okay, let us use this set state function. Okay, I'm sorry. Yes, yeah, yeah. Let's use this set state function. Let's run. Now you will see that the UI will change when I tap a right answer. Okay, so I think your app is done. So here's the question, and we have the 4 options. Let's tap some option. It is the wrong answer. Okay, then you can, yeah. Let's go. You can now I'm tapping the right answer, correct answer. Then it is the like you are going with the next question. Okay, like what's the best college club of our college? Cops with capital C, capital O, capital P, capital S. This is let's go with option one. Then it's the correct answer. Okay, then how many months we have in 28 days, like this. Here are the questions. You can actually change the time of this snack bar. Okay, as you have the content background color, you can see you have a parameter called as duration. Okay, let's change the duration. Let's change the duration to 1 second. Okay, this is how you change the duration of it. Okay, let's in the duration of seconds on 1 second is enough to show that this is the time to show the snack bar. Okay, so it will show for 1 second and it will then go. That is the this duration kind of thing. Okay, then let's restart it. So yeah, here is that app with question 1. Let's tap the correct option. Then we are moving to the second one here itself. Yeah, that's it. You can skip a question by tapping this one. Let me tap this. Okay, I'm going to the next question. I'm going to the next question. Okay, see, let me instead of incrementing it. Okay, after incrementing, let me write index is equal to index percentile dot. Can someone tell me why did I use this? So questions like index percentile questions dot length will actually will not make you out of bound. Actually, if the index questions length is 5, then the index cannot be greater than 6, right? Index cannot be greater than 5. So to keep that in from 0 to 5, we use this thing. Okay, can anyone tell me why did I? Yes, exactly. To go back to the question 1, exactly. It will not make you like it will not go out of bound actually. So let's restart. Let's keep this the same thing here also in the button putting action button. Okay, yes, now we are done with the app actually. I want to like just answer the questions. Okay, let's see. Let's see. The first one, let's go with here. Then you are having the correct answer. Okay, this is the way. Like you can skip a question or you can tap it. Then you will go. You will be moving to the next question actually. Okay, is that clear for everyone? Or you want me to repeat some of the points or some of the widget? Come on, guys, respond.
About that, if the question number goes higher than the total number of questions, we will have to place a check about it, so that if it goes
Yeah,
higher
yeah.
than that, then it shifts
He
to
was
finish quiz.
yeah, that's good. He was explaining the like I have created a check here, so he was explaining that. That's it.
Yeah. So that check is there to prevent compiler to give you an error. So whenever
Okay.
it goes beyond the limit of the beyond the limits, you can just display the finish quiz screen or button or whatever you can
Okay.
create.
That's it.
So guys, that's it from our side. You can post your doubts. We are here to answer your queries. Shiraj, you can stop presenting now. Daksh, it's not like React. Actually, you can use React to create phone apps, but it's not that good. And in React, you have to create the components and all at different places, and then you can import them and use them just like Flutter. But the widget part is not there in the Dart in React. So you will find it a bit different, or I can say quite a lot is different in Flutter, and uh, you can observe it after making few apps. You can see the difference between them. React is good for web development, but not so great for mobile development, according to me. Yeah. That's it. Want to see the declaration of this? This set state code
Extension,
is actually
like we
inbuilt.
need not have any extensions for this. You need not have any
Shiraj?
extensions for this. You can just download the VS Code directly and Flutter and start working on it. Okay.
The for that VS Code extension, you can just there are two extensions, Flutter and Dart. Named Flutter and Dart. No other extension is
Okay. If you
needed.
want the source code for this, then I will provide the source code. Okay. Then I will be providing a GitHub repo. Okay. Um, So we will also be giving you the tasks soon. Like Adish has prepared a task for you. We'll provide the details about the task soon, and then it will help you to learn the Flutter in better way. Actually, okay, you learn by making apps. Okay.
Yeah, it's a simple to do app. You have to just make it fully functional. It is not you have to create from scratch, as I know it will be difficult to create a app from scratch for you guys. So we have prepared it like it's sort of a fill in the blanks where you have to complete the code and make it functional. Yeah, that's the link. You can create the PRs to this one only.
Okay.
Adish, please share the resources too.
So how many of you gonna start app development?
Yeah, Flutter is a good way to do it. You must start with development. It's easy and quite uh, quite cool, right? You can make your own apps and websites, whatever you like. Every sort of development is possible using Flutter. Yeah, I can see few. Only three people are gonna start making apps, and
That's it.
yeah, everyone wants to be cool, right?
Android
Want to
Study Jam.
start
That's
something
good.
cool. It's oh, okay, great. You must know Kotlin a lot, so it would be easy to switch to Flutter if you want to. You try a few apps, and then
Yeah.
I think you
You will
can
love Flutter.
continue
You will love
whatever you
Flutter.
like.
It's as easy,
Yeah,
like as you can show, as I already shown you. That's easy. It's easy to make apps using Flutter. It's not a big
the
deal.
Flutter where everything is just ready on plate, and you have to just assemble it to make a good functional app. Yeah,
and
Adi
you'll
is
be
just
provided with new
prepared
tasks
prepared
also.
your task in a 2 hour time. So your task is basically that app, and you have to uh, change add the functionalities like adding a to do, removing a to do, and check whether and add few checks like you cannot you should not be able to create a null to do, or you should not be able to create uh, to do that has all that is already there. You can implement those things and then create a PR. We will check it and response accordingly.
Yeah, that's you need not switch to VS Code. It's up to you
No,
whether
you
you
can
want
use
to
Android
use
Studio.
Android
Yeah,
Studio
Android
or
Studio is great, but VS Code is a bit on lighter side, and Siraj can explain you in better way. He has
yeah.
used both.
Yeah, actually, both are good for you. Like, if your laptop is able to handle the Android Studio, then that's good. You can proceed with the Android Studio as you're already using it. But if you feel like your Android Studio is lagging and or other things, then you can just switch to the VS Code. Okay, and you can approach us for help, or you can approach me or Devansh or Adish at any time. Okay, if you are like facing any trouble while learning the Flutter. And yes, let's wrap it up. If like to end this, let's fill the feedback form. Okay, and let us know your opinion. Uh, and if you have any queries, you can still type in. Or if you don't have any queries, you can leave by filling this feedback form.